Hey, house guests, welcome to today's Celebrity Big Brother 3 updates and spoilers. Hope you're all having a great Wednesday so far. And hey to everybody in the chat. Our house guests of the day, I just realized I went, our house guests of the day are Kevin McPherson, Kansas James, Kathleen Sichersky. I'm so sorry I say your name wrong every single year. Latasha Allen and Mary Gregoire, thank you all so much for the support. We could not do this without you, and we appreciate it so, so much. So thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guests today and have me pronounce your name wrong, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Yay! Okay, before we get started, I also want to thank yesterday's super chatters because you guys are awesome, and that is another fantastic way to support our channel. So Jefferson Tucker and Mary Patricia Dorsey, thank you both so much. And I see my stage manager, Jefferson Tucker, is at it again. Thank you so much for the super chat. He says, well, I wasn't expecting those nominations. Sarcasm alert. I know, right? After Misha was pushing all last week to get Carson on the block. But we'll get there. All right, so yes, welcome everybody. Woo! When we left off yesterday, the house guests were all tired from the late night that they had before. And it was a late night, but I feel like in a regular season, we still see everybody hustling even after a late night because they want to win that money. But anyway, we know that Misha is the HOH again, and the house guests were taking their sweet ass time to talk to her about nominations. You better hurry up. Okay, we know that Misha has been very focused on targeting Carson, but how is she going to do it? Or has a new target emerged? You know, is she going to go for Carson front door, back door? Or is she just going to target Chris Kattan because he asked everyone to vote him out last time? Like, what's going to happen? We do have some answers now, so let's get into it. Todrick was in the HOH room with Misha yesterday afternoon, and a new target has emerged for him anyway, and he is telling Misha all about it. So Todrick says, I don't F with Miss Chris Kirkpatrick anymore. I can never say his last name, Kirkpatrick. Todrick says that Todd relayed to him that Chris Nsync said that Todrick cannot be trusted. Oh, that was the conversation where Todd was saying, like, don't trust the other side of the house. And Todrick was asking, like, do you think that Chris is with us or with the other side? And Todd said, I can't take these similar names. Todd said, I think that Chris Nsync is going to go to the other side. So Todrick is not happy about this. And he says, Chris Nsync has been super disrespectful to me. I don't know that I would call it disrespectful, but anyway, he said, Chris Nsync does not make me feel stable or safe. And I think he's going to gun for me when we get down to like 6 or 4 people. Like, you were really gonna stay loyal to him all the way to the end? Like, what? But Todrick says it's now my personal mission to last longer in this house than Chris Nsync does. And he says, I've been bullied by so many people that look like him and remind me of him. Oh my God. Don't project that onto him. What? So he says, I've tried my hardest to be nice to Chris Nsync and to see eye to eye with him. And now I'm hearing that he's telling people that I'm not trustworthy. So Misha wants to clarify. She's like, wait, so all that Chris said was that you can't be trusted? And Todrick says, yeah, but my gut instinct is telling me that he's plotting against me. And honestly, we know that Todrick is right about that. Chris Nsync came very close to putting up Todrick as a replacement nominee last week, but then like they bailed out on the plan. Shanna didn't use the veto, blah, blah, blah. So Todrick's instincts here are right. And I don't believe that anyone has spilled to Todrick about that plan yet. Interesting that nobody has told him that yet. But anyway, Todrick also says that he feels like Shanna must be in on Chris Nsync's plotting too, because they're so close and Shanna's vibe is kind of off with him. And again, yeah, he's right. He is reading that correctly. So his intuition is pretty spot on here. But Todrick says none of this matters for this week. But once Carson is gone, he doesn't feel like it benefits him to be loyal to Chris Nsync anymore. And he says, if I come into power, I'm going to target Chris Nsync. So then Todrick starts talking about how he's done a lot of work on himself since he got out of high school to try and be nice. You are 36 years old. I'm sorry, but high school was so long ago. What? Why are you saying this? Why are you even talking about high school? What? But he says people have effed him over his entire career. Assistants have gone online to try and ruin his name and his reputation and spread lies about him. And he says he's always taken the high road. But Chris Nsync has awoken the Regina George demon that has been dormant inside. And if you guys don't know who Regina George is, she is the head mean girl from the hit movie Mean Girls. Played masterfully by Rachel McAdams. But anyway, seriously, you're not in high school anymore. What are you doing? So, yeah. Then they talk about the nominations. They take a break from all that and talk about this week's nominations. And Misha just wants Carson out. We knew this. So she plans to put up Carson and Cynthia. And if Carson wins the power veto, she says that she would put up Chris Kattan because they feel like it's not really healthy for him to be there. I mean, if they really felt that way, though, wouldn't she just like put him up in the first place? And I can't like hate on Misha for targeting Carson because I think he is a huge threat to win the whole entire game, of course. I'm just salty because I love Carson. But I mean, I get why she would want to target him. Is it sketchy for Todrick to be targeting him so hard with their like outside of the house friendship, work relationship, whatever? Yeah, it's a little weird. But anyway, they want to give Carson the chance to play for the power veto, which is why Misha is not trying to backdoor him. So after all that, Todrick goes back to talking crap about Chris Nsync. He wants to tell his social media person to block Chris Nsync on Instagram, like before they even leave the house. He wants to have a wrap party at his 10,000 square foot house, and he wants to put a picture of Chris Nsync on the door saying that he is not allowed in. Grow up! This is so sad. It's so sad and immature. I just can't. I can't. But anyway, Todrick says he just can't understand why Chris Nsync is saying that he's not trustworthy. Did you not turn on your formation alliance like immediately, week 1? Did you not sell out Mariah when you're supposed to be working with her? And did you not turn on Carson for no reason? So I don't know. It's just too much for me. But anyway, in other news, wonderful Chris Kattan finally got a good night's sleep thanks to Misha for letting him sleep in the HOH room. That was really nice of her. But yeah, he finally got a good night's sleep and he's like a whole new man. He is venturing out of his room. He's laughing with people. He even worked out in the gym last night. So I am really happy to see that he's having a good time. And he said he's feeling a little bit better. So that's awesome. He even asked Misha who she's going to be nominating. So he's like getting into the game now. Yes. So Misha doesn't say exactly who she's putting up, but Chris Kattan is like, well, you can put me up. No. So Misha's like, you're not going up. Sorry. At least not as one of the initial nominees. We'll have to see what happens with the power of veto. I mean, if Chris Kattan really is having serious issues and he needs to leave, then I hope that he is able to leave and he's okay. But if it was mostly just a matter of him getting a good night's sleep and now that he's doing better, like I hope that he will be able to stay for a while. So anyway, a little later, Cynthia was checking in with Carson in the gym. And Cynthia says, I overheard Misha and Chris Kattan's conversation, and Misha told Kattan he's not going up. So Carson was like, what? He was surprised because he says they all had an agreement that taking Kattan out this week would be the most humane thing to do when he's been having such a hard time, and he literally like asked them to vote him out during the last eviction. So Carson says, well, I guess you and I are probably going up because they want to split us up. Yeah. Oh. So Carson, knowing that they're going to be in trouble this week, he wants to make sure that they are able to help Shanna out and keep her safe. So they discuss how Nsync is super wishy-washy about everything, and he is so freaking loyal to Misha when she is not going to return the favor. And they think that Misha is going to cut Nsync once he's no longer useful. Yes. That's becoming more and more apparent, especially as Todrick gets more and more upset with him. But they wonder what the game plan is with Kattan. Carson says that he feels like Misha's going to try and win him over and keep him around for votes. And he says that is extremely selfish if that is the case. You know, if he really does still want to leave and people are not respecting that, he's like, not cool. So then the feed's cut. I just want to say from other conversations that I've heard, it sounds like it could be a potentially serious issue here where they're worried that Chris Kattan could like relapse if he leaves the house. I don't know. But if that's true, that's so sad. And I hope that he knows how much he is loved by the people in the house, but also everybody watching. I think we can all agree that we're having a really fun time watching him on the show. And he's a really special guy. So I hope he sees that when he leaves this house. So when the feeds came back, Carson said, let's let the games begin. And Cynthia agrees. They talk about how they have 100% loyalty to each other. And I don't know if I mentioned this the other day, but they did a little pinky promise final two deal. So yay, love that. Okay. So then it was time for the nomination ceremony. And as expected, Misha put up Carson and Cynthia. Oh. So after Cynthia, Carson, and Shanna were chatting in the chocolate bedroom, and Carson jokes that everyone's going to need to learn how to cook and how to bake once he and Cynthia are gone, because let's face it, they're doing a lot of the work around here. So then he's telling Shanna, you need to ride this out because you're so smart and you're so savvy, and I want you to think about how me and Cynthia can help you before we go down. No! So Carson says if he wins the power veto, he's going to use it to save Cynthia. Cynthia tells him, no, if you win, you got to save yourself. And Carson says, no, I have to go because they're just going to keep gunning for me. Carson, no, this like breaks my heart. But he's also like such a sweetheart. So Carson says, if I go, it'll give you, Cynthia, and you, Shanna, more time to work together. And he says, Cynthia isn't better with the other side. You know, she's got something pretty good with Todd. She's good with Todrick. And Cynthia says, yeah, but I don't feel comfortable with you sacrificing yourself for my game. So Carson is then thinking like, yeah, but if I were to win the power veto and use it on myself, he's worried that Shanna might go up in his place. And I don't know about that. I don't know if it would be Chris Kattan, maybe somebody else completely. I mean, maybe Chris Nsync. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, it's possible also that Shanna could be the replacement nominee. I don't know. But they got to see what happens with the power veto. They're like, we're not going to make any decisions now. Let's just see how this plays out. Okay. So, sweet Carson. So then Carson leaves the room, and Shanna and Cynthia are having a game chat. And Shanna asks, if you won HOH on Friday, who would you put up? Misha and Todrick? And Cynthia says, I don't know about Todrick because she does have a bond with him. They have talked a bit of game together, but she says she would definitely put up Misha. Probably. Not probably. No. And I know that Cynthia's close to Todrick, but if you do not put up Todrick and Misha together, you run the risk of one of them winning the power veto and saving the other. You have to put the two of them up together. You just have to. So, oh, are we not having a good connection on the microphone? Oh, no. I'm sorry. I don't know if I can fix this in the moment. Is that better? I just tried to like fix the connection. I don't know. Let me know. But anyway, yeah. Sorry, I lost my place. So, okay. Shayna says that she would definitely put up Misha. Cynthia says she would actually consider Chris Nsync as a nominee next to Misha because he is also super loyal to Misha. And I have to say, he has been way up Misha's butt again ever since she won HOH. And it's kind of like sickening to watch. Ugh. Especially since he was accusing Todrick of being like somebody that floats to power when he's doing like the exact same thing. Anyway, Shayna feels like they can get Lamar on their side, and at first I was like, pfft. But I'm going to talk about something in a little while that like makes it seem like a possibility. Oh, the connection is fine. Okay, good. Sorry about that. So Shayna also suggests maybe putting up Todd next to Misha because Todd has been going around saying that he is a final two with her. He's always saying like, "Oh, I'm just a soldier, like Misha's the leader, blah blah blah." So, I don't know. But they agree that Misha has to go up next to one of the guys from the Misha Mafia next week. Okay. So later, Lamar and Shayna we're having a game chat in the chocolate bedroom. Okay, Lamar game chat. Like, I'm super excited about this because he's such a sweetheart and it's exciting to see him really playing the game now. So Shayna's like, well, I haven't really talked game with you yet. Where's your head at? And Lamar says he's going to try and win this next HOH. And if he does, he would put up Misha and Todrick. What? So is this real? I was not expecting this at all. I'm also wondering if that were to actually happen, would Todd steer him away from it? Because Todd is very close to Misha. He's working with Todrick, so still a little crackly. Try the plug under the mic. I'm trying. Okay, I don't know. I tried it. Would it be worth it to unplug it and plug it back in? We're almost done, so hopefully the crackles aren't too annoying. But anyway, yeah, Lamar seems to want to get rid of Misha. So Shayna says that's a great move because Misha and Todrick are kind of running the show right now. But Lamar says that he doesn't think Misha can be persuaded to do anything that she doesn't want to do. So like they can't really work with her. So then they're talking about this week, and Shayna's wondering if she's going to be the replacement nominee or if Chris Kattan would be. Lamar thinks it would be Chris Kattan. So then the feed's cut for a bit. I really wanted to hear Lamar's game talk, but we missed a lot of it. So after the feeds come back, Carson has now joined Shayna and Lamar, and they're talking more about targeting Misha next week. Oh my God. And they feel like they got a strike because she's not going to be eligible to play next HOH competition. And Lamar says Misha is his biggest competition athletically. So yeah, it makes sense that he would want to target Misha. All right. So then today, oh, this is interesting. Cynthia and Todrick, they have been working on their bond and they've been communicating a lot more. They had an interesting conversation in the bathroom this morning. They were airing their grievances about Chris Nsync. So Cynthia says, just so you know, Chris Nsync has asked me, you know, what I think about you. And it seems like he's really bothered by you because he keeps bringing your name up over and over again. So Todrick's like, oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm already hip to the game. I know that Chris Nsync is after me. So then Todrick, what he really wants to know is Shayna also involved in this? Is she also targeting me? And Cynthia says, when Chris Nsync asks what we think about you, Carson and I say, nah, we're good on Todrick. Like, we're not worried about him. He's all good. Boop. So without being like, yeah, Shayna's talking crap about you, she's letting Todrick know Shayna is talking about you, and she's been throwing you under the bus. So Todrick's like, all right, say less, understood, got it. Can you imagine if Carson wins the power veto and Chris Nsync or like Shayna become the new target and like Carson, Cynthia, and Chris Kattan are all safe this week? Please! Okay, but anyway, that's where we're at right now. The feeds have been down for a few hours now. Let me see. Yeah, they're still not back yet. Excuse me. The feeds have been down for hours. I don't know if they're just picking POV players or if they're like doing the competition as well.
Oh, hi.
Hello. Bye. If you guys want to check back later, is it that bad?
It was, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, it's not horrendously bad.
I'm so
I
sorry.
did max out on some crackles.
Okay, we're gonna have to look into that because we can't be having that.
I wonder
Right, Chloe?
if it maybe is this cord being like
being wrapped around. It could be something like that.
like some little feedback situation,
Hi,
maybe.
sweet boy. Yes.
Or maybe this.
Mm-hmm.
This seems a little unstable right now.
Okay. Well, we'll have to figure that out. But
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's right. Todd was talking about his blood pressure today. I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why the feeds have been down for so long, but if you guys want to check back later, if they've had the Power Veto competition, we will post the winner in the info for this spoiler. But I want to thank today's super chatters because you guys are awesome. Jefferson Tucker, thank you so much. AR Chan 1785, he said thanks for the updates, more entertaining than the actual show. Stop. Certainly not more entertaining than Carson or Chris Kattan eating cake at night because that really that's a good time. But I keep thinking that Ethan Jacobs said that I'm so annoying, but it says Misha. I was like, Maddie is so Nina Sosa, thank you so much for the super chat. Laura G, thank you so much. And Laura says your updates and comments always make my day. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoy them. King Forever Young 20, thank you so much for the super chat. And they asked, can you explain the it's too early Helen joke? I absolutely can. So season 15, we had the lovely house guest Helen.
Helen was pushed.
Yeah, one of the more likable people from that season. She was always squashing whenever somebody would want to make a big game move
or any move.
Yeah. Somebody would be like, oh my God, like, I'm going to target this person. Like, I'm going to target this person. She'd be like, no, it's too soon. It's too early. We can't do it. So people really latched on to that. And it's like still a thing today. And she's also part of another huge piece of Big Brother lore. That season.
Well, she was also eliminated before she got a chance to make any big moves because
it was too early, too soon.
Yeah.
So she was evicted. And then after she was evicted, I don't remember how long after this was, but they were doing an HOH competition.
Was it a buyback?
Yeah, but it was like, I thought it was in conjunction with the HOH. Like, they brought everybody back who was evicted,
right,
so that they could compete at the same time as everybody who was competing for HOH.
Right.
And out of the evicted people, like whoever stayed on the wall the longest was going to come back. And people are convinced that Helen was pushed off of this wall by a little hand in the foot area. So
a little demon got in there.
Yeah, I don't know. You can look it up, and there's like videos of it and everything. Take what you want from that, but
you mean
Helen,
like when they show lizard people on YouTube?
A lot of fun Helen Big Brother lore there. Anyway, thank you for the super chat. Jefferson Tucker, thank you again for the super chat. We really appreciate that.
Has it been crackling since we
I don't know, but now we got Bowie chewing over here, so
Yeah.
that's also another sound.
Yeah.
BB, and people call me annoying all the time, and I really don't care, but I just kept catching my eye. Somebody asked, what is my favorite Nsync song? I was looking them up the other day because I was gonna like listen to Nsync as a celebration for Chris making like a huge move, and then he didn't end up doing it. So I was like, forget it. But let me just take a quick look. I mean, of course, there's Bye Bye Bye, which is a classic.
That's a bop.
It's a bop for sure. It's gonna be me. Tearing Up My Heart. Yeah, those are good ones.
Tearing Up My Heart is a real mind F that gets in your head and you're singing it for weeks.
Yeah. Weren't they also like Dirty Pop or whatever? That was fun.
Dirty Pop.
Dirty Pop. the Dirty Pop. I don't know. I think that was them. Oh, thank you for the belated birthday wishes, Doug. Very, very sweet.
She's old.
Oh, I didn't even remember that Nsync had a Christmas CD. Okay.
Oh my god.
All right. So we're gonna call it a day here.
Dirty Pop Christmas.
Yeah, we got some things to do before tonight's episode. So we hope that you will join us tonight for our episode
Join
recap.
us.
Yeah. And we'll see what maybe we'll get to see some of the things that have been happening while the feeds have been down, like all the time.
More Chris Kattan in his underpants.
We need more Chris Kattan comic relief for sure.
Mhm.
So anyway, thank you all so much for watching and for being here. We will see you next time. And until then, much love. Bye. Bye.
Awkward. It's so awkward.